right, new grads, I'm looking your way, especially you new grad LPNs. I understand, I was a new grad LPN. I understand that when you become a new grad, you say, oh, I'm going to make all of this money, and I just can't wait to do it. And then you actually find out how much money you won't actually be making because you're an LPN, and you say, you know what, that's it, I'm going to an agency. And guess what? Those agencies, they will hire you. Those agencies will hire you and pay you very well. They really will. And they will do it straight out of school. But avoid them. Avoid the agencies, especially if you are a new grad. So I'll give you a couple facts and figures, and then I'm going to give you some subjective data that I have acquired throughout the years. So, you look it up. You say, hey, this nursing home right here pays $19 an hour. Locally, my average LPN pay in the state of North Carolina is $25.29 an hour, or $52,603.20 a year. And you say, oh, this nursing home right here says they're going to start me out at $19 an hour. I'm not going to take $19 an hour when the average LPN makes $25. And you say, as a new grad, I demand I make $23 an hour. And that is what Nurse Finders is paying in North Carolina, is $23 an hour, or $47,840 a year. And you say, you know what? I feel like I just got to make that much money because I went through nursing school and I became an LPN, and I have to make that much. And, you know, I'm not going to that nursing home that's going to pay me $19 an hour anyways, because as soon as I get on with Nurse Finders, they're going to pay me $23 an hour to go to that same nursing home and work anyways, which could actually happen. You could actually get on with Nurse Finders and actually go to that specific nursing home making $23 an hour. That could actually happen. There's also, and I included this, there's a local staffing agency called Bright Star, which will start you out at $24 an hour, or $49,922 a year. Quite a bit of money. Anyways, you say, I graduated school, I have to make this much money. Here's what you really lack in just doing that, in just going and saying, I'm going straight to the staffing agency who's going to hire me as a new grad. These staffing agencies that pay this money, they really do, they take you as a new grad and dump you somewhere. They don't really ask where you want to go. They kind of tell you you're going to this place, and you're probably not going to a nice facility, and that facility that pays $19 an hour may or may not be a lot better in the very beginning than that wherever Nurse Finders is going to send you. Nurse Finders or staffing agencies, I keep saying Nurse Finders, but I'm just going to say staffing agencies, they will just dump you out there. And as a new grad, this is not at all what you need. I've been a charge nurse. As a charge nurse at a long-term care facility, you get sent a nurse, you may not even know their name. As soon as they walk in that door, and I've done this, you hand them those keys to that cow, and you say, goodbye. Thank you for showing up. And you, as this brand new grad who just got this job working for this staffing agency making $24 an hour, you have now just been given the keys with really no sort of training at all on my unit, and I just let you go because I, as a charge nurse, am so busy that I am entrusting in you to do the job that I need you to do. And if you are not prepared for this, if you're a new grad and this is not what you're really ready for, you're going to drown. You may even hurt somebody. I don't want you hurting someone. I want you going out there and maybe taking a little bit of a pay cut, maybe making that $19 an hour, and not hurting somebody, but getting the training that you need. And as someone who did start out, I did go straight to long-term care, I will say that it was so much more beneficial just having the charge nurse name. Just knowing, hey, you know, my charge nurse was awesome. She would help me simply because we were together, you know. Not like we were together, but like we were, you know, we were on the same unit. She didn't want me to fail. Now, I don't want my staffing nurse to fail. I don't want my nurse finder nurse to fail. I really don't. But at the same time, I'm kind of going to look out for mine a lot sooner than I'm going to look out for that borrowed help. And it's kind of bad to say it that way, but that's what's going to happen. Now, I started out by saying how much a nurse finder's nurse can make, or a staffing nurse can make. My very first nursing job, I made base pay $16 an hour. Now, granted, that's been several years, but base pay was $16 an hour, and I do remember people taking these offers doing the $24 an hour. I never really heard what happened with that. So you're not going to start out at average pay of an LPN, especially you LPNs. You're not going to start out that way. I did not. And I feel like it benefited me more kind of doing it, kind of selling myself a little cheap. It definitely, it definitely opened my eyes a lot more when I saw these staffing agency nurses sort of getting dumped on, really. They get the terrible assignments. They get the ones that no one wants to work because no one's there to work them. And then when we make that phone call, I need a nurse now, and they send us someone, you do not get the pick of the litter. You do not get the pick of where to go. Now, as I said before, you can make a lot of money at it, and they will pay you. But they're going to send you out there, wherever it may be. I'll give you another facts and figure. Nationwide, the LPN salary is $26.49 an hour. The average pay for an LPN at Nurse Finders right now is $27.71 an hour. They will pay that. They have no problem paying that. They also have no problem at all sending you to a lockdown unit with trachs and vents. They don't. And as a new grad, you really need to avoid that. You don't need that as a new grad. As a new grad, take that little bit of a pay cut. Take that little bit of workplace incentive just to work somewhere that's not going to dump on you. Find somewhere that is decent, has supplies, roughly. Somebody may or may not have been there. You've heard good things about this. Don't chase the money. Don't do agency. Don't do it, new grads. I know it's tempting. I looked at it myself. I looked at that Bright Star place when I first started out, and they told me $24 an hour, and I was like, you know what? I'm right about to sign the papers. And then I ended up not signing the papers. But I'm really, really thankful, really, really glad that I did not. New grads, especially you LPNs, I know you guys want to chase the money. Don't go out there and sign up for an agency making this killer money. Don't do this. Find somewhere, get some training, get your feet wet. Then whenever you decide, you know what, now I feel like I can chase the money, then go chase the money. Don't get yourself into trouble. Hope it helps. Thank you much.